Okay, we're live here. I got no idea what went on. I went to hit go live. I did the countdown. He was there, and then he's gone. I got no idea where he went. No, absolutely no idea where he went. Like it.
Refresh to go to
He's,
my audience.
he's right there. He's right.
Wait, can you hear me?
Oh yeah. It's we haven't done this in a couple weeks, and
No,
now
wait, no.
and we got no one watching anyway, so it doesn't really matter right now.
Well, Doug, here's what happened. It told me to connect to my audience, so I hit the button, and it fucking logged me out. I'm like, wait a minute. I want to talk to my people, not get out of here.
Well, I hit the countdown button, right, and I hit the go live. And then I forgot to hit that second go live to make sure you want to go live. So I'm just sitting here, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't hit the other one yet."
No, but I hit the let's talk to your friends button, and it just kicked me out. It's like you have no friends.
Yeah, no, and obviously we have none now because there's nobody watching.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, it doesn't matter. We have way more fun talking to each other.
Well, we got two people watching now.
All right, who we got?
Candy's here. Candy's here. It's
Candy girl.
Because everybody else is watching the hockey game, which they won't get the same action here as they got that's they're getting in the hockey game right now.
All right, all I gotta say is I bought a buffalo chicken pizza.
Yes,
and whatever they put on this thing, it's trying to burn my butt out. It's trying to burn my butt.
Okay, well it looks kind of like there's no flop to that whatsoever.
It's good. It's really good.
Oh, there's Barrett's here now too.
There he is.
Yeah. Which lovely picture that they did with all the Titan guys. I didn't know about it.
I was not invited.
I wasn't invited either.
Nope.
Although I do have to say, I didn't get a chance. I was going to do it when I went live the Saturday morning on the Down and Back from Drummondville, but live feed this past weekend in Drummondville was just insane. But anyway, 24/7 cornhole out of North Carolina. Guys sent me jerseys. They share a lot of my stuff. So they are coming on as a show supporter with helping getting the stuff out there. But Lance and Brandon, yes.
What happened to mine?
I don't know. I don't know. But talked with they shared a lot of my stuff. Then back in 2023, last time I was at Worlds, I was sitting in the little restaurant that's at headquarters there. Seen Tyler Porthos walk in with a 24/7 T-shirt on. I was like, "Hey Tyler, like those guys share a lot of my stuff. How can I get in touch with them? Like, do you know who I can get to talk with?" And he's like, "Brandon, who's with him." And Brandon got me in touch with talking with Lance and all this stuff. So yeah, so 24/7 Cornell got the jersey now, and yeah, so it's welcome aboard.
Wait a minute, Tyler Porthos? Never heard of her.
He's a guy I know. It's a guy I know. I think you know him too.
What? I never heard of him.
Yeah.
Don't even know who he is. Listen, I thought we were best friends. I got nothing. Tyler, F you.
No, it's not. No, it's not Tyler. It's Lance.
It doesn't matter. Tyler, who I've gotten to see many more times than you have, introduces you to them and not me.
Because Tyler was on my show. Wasn't on any of your shows. It was on my show. Just saying.
I've hung out with Tyler more than you have. I'm pretty fucking cornhole famous.
Maybe you have.
What?
Maybe you have.
I still love you.
But yeah, it's yeah.
We got El Castro and BJ in the chat.
BJ, who I had him on the live feed Saturday morning. He's like, "Oh, sure, I'm gonna get embarrassed. I'm gonna suck," because I went to Matt and I have a little more control on the Saturday morning during rounders of who I can get on the live feed because I am on the Down and Back. And Graham, stop! It's right here. Anyway, so yeah, so I was like, hey, you know what? I want to get the Nova Scotia guys on. Al, long story about that. Anyway, I said to him, I was like, I want to get the Nova Scotia guys on. I want to get Dustin. I think if you're playing in that in the Mad Hatters one, I think you can probably do well too. Anyway, so I want to get the Nova Scotia guys on. BJ was like, hey, Cough's coming back. I was like, hey, BJ, you're coming on live. He's like, oh no, I'm going to suck. And they ended up winning on the live feed. So I was like, hey, you know what? It's all good. 1-0 Canada, Dustin said. So anyway, I was going to say that won't get the same intensity on this show as you will on the hockey game, because apparently, from what I heard, because I couldn't watch it, there was like 3 fights in the first 9 seconds.
But wait a minute. We're not betting on the pros. We bet on the juniors.
Yes, with the shitty London Knights players on for the Canada team.
And who won, Dougie?
Yeah.
Who has to wear a special shirt in Newfoundland?
Well, you're the one that's always special.
No, what? No, who has to wear a special shirt, Dougie? Come on. Who lost? Oh, wait, that guy.
That guy way over there. Way over there.
That guy over there lost. So he.
Dougie, 1-1 now.
Okay. Doug, I already have the shirt designed.
Okay.
Guess what? It is epic. Wait until we get to, and I'm going to make a lot of people in this chat angry, Newfoundland. Because the jersey that you're going to have to wear is going to be so very special. Oh, so pretty. Oh, you're going to be so pretty. Oh, just wait. When you put it on, because I know where we're staying, Dougie. We're staying in the same place.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're staying at the same house of a certain human that we both love.
Okay, yeah. Well, during the tournament, during the Open, we'll be at somewhere else.
Yes. But the jersey, I am going to bring a couple extra with me, Dougie.
Okay.
I've had a couple extra made, but yours is going to be so pretty. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Because you lost, Doug. You lost.
It's going to itch, isn't it?
What?
It's going to itch when I put it on, isn't
it? No. I made it.
Like a big rash.
Oh, I made it pretty for you. The colors, let me just say, you're going to shine bright like a diamond.
I was going to say something else that could have got me in a lot of trouble. But yeah.
But hey, Dougie, I made it so that me, you, and a lot of our friends that are friends of the show are going to look very good. Because if we really look at the base of our show, since me and you started doing it, where is our base?
In the internet.
Where is it?
On the internet.
Oh, it's on the internet. Yeah. But it's Newfoundland, Quebec to Newfoundland, right? Yep. Like, that's a lot of the people that watch the show, and thank them all for coming on. I love them all. But guess what? You are going to look. I'm not going to say Molly Ringwald, but you're going to look very pretty in Newfoundland.
Yeah. So also, just to finish up with BJ traveling there, you made a big deal about, what were you, like a 4-hour drive to a snowstorm to Drummondville?
Who's there? That? BJ Oakley?
Yeah. So you did the 4-hour drive, right, to a snowstorm, right? Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all?
What, me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I thought you were talking to BJ.
No,
It
I
was
said
fine.
I'm talking to you.
Moi?
You
Moi?
went to Drummondville. You were a 4-hour drive, 5-hour drive. Okay. BJ, 12-hour drive.
Why so long?
Because he lives farther away than you.
Where does he live?
Lives in Nova Scotia.
Wow.
Lives in Liverpool.
I'd kick my own ass. I mean, what? No, sorry. Candy.
Good day, Mr. TJ Vincent.
Candy, my bestie is supposed to be making the jersey. We'll see if it shows up.
We got a couple months.
Yeah, that's cute. It might show up.
Okay, Bridgewater. BJ, it's close. Okay? Your league is in Liverpool. You live in Bridgewater.
Wait. All those towns are like by me. Like, really? Did they just copy us?
Probably not.
Did we copy them?
Could have. Just trying to see something here.
See, BJ thought you were talking to him too.
Yeah, well. Whatever.
Me and him were confused. I was confused.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So, yeah, Dustin is our Vancouver lone West Coast viewer.
Okay.
Mr. McLaughlin. We do have some in Alberta and that as well. So, we are across Canada.
All right, help me out.
Yes.
Vancouver.
Yes.
Is that above like Washington or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's above Washington. Okay.
Yep. So yeah. So Drummondville as a whole last weekend there was good. Yeah, it's above Seattle. So Drummondville as a whole, good tournament. I was busy because the Score Zone app was not, because I use OBS. The ones in the States do not use OBS. They use something else.
Well, here's the problem, though, but OBS should be able to handle anything you wanted to throw at it, right?
Yep.
And OBS hates Score Zone. It should be able to handle Score Zone. It should be able to handle no matter what scoring thing you're throwing at it. But when you're sitting there and have to refresh every 6 seconds just for it to maybe catch up in 20 minutes, that's not good.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say whose side it's on. Don't know if it's on the ACL side.
Yep.
Don't know what's on the OBS side. But let's figure it out, because when you're streaming, it's got to be seamless, right? There's so many people out there in the world today, even down here in the U.S. where the tickety-tockety people were so upset because Orange Man decided to stop stuff from working and they were going to lose their income. I'm going to lose my job. Oh, my God. But you know what? You know what a job is, Doug? Can you define a job for me?
Not this.
No, but a job is you have benefits and vacation time. If you're just making money, it's not a fucking job.
I use my vacation time to do this.
Yeah, you use your vacation time to do this shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. This is not a job. It's not going to pay our bills. I'm sorry. Like, I have 2 kids I have to send to college. You have a kid you're going to send to college in a couple of years. Your son and my daughter are about the same age.
Yeah.
Like, it's not friggin' cheap. I don't care if Canada has free health care. You can't send a kid to college on 10 grand. You just can't do it. Like, seriously, people.
You get 10 grand for doing this?
What?
So you get 10 grand for doing this?
No, I don't.
I think I'm at about like $50 so far for.
I'm at negative $50 because I bought a set of bags last month. No, but people think that it's like gonna make it like being like on TikTok or YouTube is gonna make some money. It's not gonna make money.
No, not at all.
like most of this stuff we're doing. So Drummondville costs you money and it costs you time.
Yes.
Because you're away from your wife and your kid. Okay.
Yes.
Same thing for me. When I go up to when we go to Newfoundland, right?
Yes.
We're flying in 3 days early. Why are we flying in 3 days early? To hang out with some of the people that we haven't been able to meet with and be able to hang out with.
Mhm.
Like, we're going to hang out with, Derek and Graham and Andrew and, all the other people and Glenn. But all those people, we're going to hang out with all those people up there. And we want to spend that time, right? When I go down to Bag and Bash in a couple months, I want to go down and hang out with Candy and Bruce and Ben and all of the employees of, Titan, right? People think what we do is so easy. It's not. We fly in a day or two early and we stay a day or two late. And then he says like this, well, because I always call him Spence.
Yeah.
No, but like we fly in, I love to fly in early just to hang out with everybody, right? And like even when we went up to when we were in Drummondville last year, we went in a day early, even though someone took a nap and never woke up.
Long nap.
A long fucking nap. But we all get to hang out with each other and just be there. And that's what it's about. It's more about us all being part of the family than part of the game. The game is secondary. I'm going to use a big word right now, Doug. It's ancillary.
Oh.
But for me, it's more about coming to see you. Like, I want to go to Toronto just to hang out with you. I want to go to Drummondville just to hang out with others. I want to go to Newfoundland just hang out with, Spence and Barrett. You know what I mean? To me, it's more about the people I get to hang out with in the game than it is about the game.
Mm-hmm. But no, yeah, like even for Drummondville, walk in there, load in. I was at the venue at 6:30 Friday morning. Yeah, Derek, he hasn't even answered that question for me yet.
Well, no, but wait a minute. I'm going to stop right here. We talked about Wednesday.
Yes.
We talked about Wednesday. And Wednesday night, it all depends if my son decides if he's going to college or not. Depends if he goes to a scholarship ceremony, right?
I would say the greeting here, correct name. That's the real name.
They look the same.
They're the same. Yeah, the same.
Oh, well,
one was YouTube, one was Facebook.
Well, no, but I thought it was going to be different because it's that evening, guys. I know. No, but so my son is graduating the week when we fly home.
Yep.
So we both decided to fly home Monday after the tournament, right?
Yep.
So 2 days later, my son graduates from high school. But the week before, he has already gained a couple scholarships. It all depends if he's going to college, if he collects those scholarships or not. So as of right now, he doesn't want to go to school. He wants to start doing his job and being an electrician down here in the Boston area. So if he does that, I fly out Wednesday morning. If he wants to get the scholarships, I can't fly out till Thursday morning. So as of right now, my plan is Wednesday morning to be there Wednesday night, because if I can fly out Wednesday morning, I can get a flight between 6 and 8 a.m. and be there between 5 and 6 p.m. on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know Mr. Barrett, because he's old, we'll call him Mr. Barrett. He said he will pick us up at the airport. And
I'm getting in way before you. I'm getting in Saturday.
Well, you're going to see family, though. I may have family there. I just don't know. I have not taken the ancestry DNA test, but I'm going to come up and we want to do something special for the fans on.
Yeah, I hinted about that on the weekend there, that there's something that's in the works.
There's something in the works where,
and until we can get it solidified, then we'll let you know.
We'll let you know. But Candy, we are, so as of right now, because of the change to the dates, I am driving to Bag and Bash. So we're leaving late Wednesday night, driving through the night. We're trying to stop at Crave Cornhole in Concord, North or South Carolina.
Concord, not Concord. Not
Concord. Listen, I grew up in Boston. That's how we fucking.
You remember that
shit.
time I was in Concord and you didn't even say, "Hey, we're here. I'm going to play cornhole." You didn't say anything like that.
Because you didn't tell me you were going to be there. You said I might go.
I said I was there. I even messaged you. I'm here.
Yeah, no, you said you were there the next day after I drove home. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Shut up, Doug.
Whatever.
Doug, Candy wants to know: are you coming to Bag and Bash?
I still have to figure things out. I still got to work on stuff. Because remember that weekend, the issue always was that's also my anniversary weekend.
No,
when the ACL Open was on that time.
Well, but it got moved to Father's Day weekend.
That's my anniversary weekend, same weekend. Wow. That's 2 weekends after the St. John's Open.
Wow, you hate your wife. I'm calling karma.
Anyway, so back to Drummondville. Load in Friday morning at 6:30 and do all that fun stuff.
Well, Doug, the worst part of what we have to do is we get there early.
Yep.
And it's like 3 hours of cable management.
Well, yeah, and then you get there and then you're like, oh, I forgot this. And now it's like, oh, what am I going to do with that? And it's like, yeah. So, yeah, Michelle's she had to refigure out Scorolio to do it. But, yeah, so then Drummondville, then we, and then luckily it was nice because nothing started till 11 o'clock.
No, but that's good because, you get some time in between, right? You get to set everything up, figure out the cameras. Because I know you worked on angles for a while, right?
Yep.
And, after that, you're just trying to figure out which asshole kicked the backdrop.
Oh, yeah, the rest of the weekend, yeah. Or who's leaning on it to shake it, or who was, yeah.
Well, listen, Derek right now is waffling in the chat.
Yeah.
Derek, if you come down south, there is the Waffle House, so you can keep waffling. But you said you and Glenn were coming down. That's what I'm hearing. Glenn, give me a big-ass thumbs up in the chat because I heard you were going to be there because guess what? The biggest sponsor of this chat in Canada, Doug, who is it?
Right there.
What is it called?
That's Winging It. And that's kind of what we do all the time.
We don't make a script. We just wing it.
Yeah, as Michelle just said, she was one of the ones that threw a bag a little too hard off the back and actually moved the backdrop.
But listen, I know she's coming down to Bag and Bash because her partner, guess Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear the injustice? Her partner said that she was going to play me in my partner for $20 a game. The two Mishes think they can.
The two Mitches.
Mishes.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's down south. It's Mishes. But they think they're going to beat me? Me? Really? Not going to happen. I will throw 4 bags to their 8 and still win. Mark Barry, you have a partner? Shut up, Mark Barry. Nobody likes you.
So yeah, so going back a little farther up in the chat, Scott Fans asking about the best match. Was it that? Back up to see that here. Best games that surprised me last weekend. See you, BJ. There was a lot because, like I said, there's a lot of Quebec players that, and it's that way for me wherever I go right now. Is that I always see a lot of new names, right? That I got to see Moulin out of Quebec, Daniel. Him and his son played a game, and Julian, they were in doubles, and even Daniel made it into the pro division again. He made it in Niagara Falls, and then made it in Drummondville again. They really like watching them on the live feed, and I wish I had his name. You may have got to see him on the live feed. I believe it was on the ACL Canada portion in the afternoon on Saturday. There was a 6-year-old that was just throwing like lights out. Like he was actually having a crowd. There was like 40 people were like following him around. And some of the younger female, there's so many young players in Quebec that it was just great to see. So yeah, so a lot of those games there. And then like I said in the broadcast, I couldn't really say it as my top picks to watch in the pro division, but knowing going in that if Simone Dallaire got in, that him and Michelle were going to partner up, and then they finished third in the pro division. It was nice to see Paul Vandendam, the King and Scott, get the W in the pro doubles. They played great all weekend. Well, they both play great all the time. So yeah, and then there was just seeing. For now, for me, is more of just kind of seeing the people I get to see, every 3 months as part of this traveling circus that the pro division has become.
Well, and that's a big thing for you too, right? Is you get to travel all across Canada, right? You get all the different provincial tournaments, and then you have a couple of the regional and other things that you get to do. And to be able to see all the different players and how they progress throughout the year is pretty damn amazing, especially where I've got to say, we had an argument a couple months ago where you said that Quebec was the up and coming province,
Mm-hmm.
and I had Newfoundland.
Yep.
I've got to say, after this weekend, Quebec is caught up.
Oh yeah, and then of course, as we said, we had Will T2, Samuel Bibeau take down the last 2 doubles with T2 winning singles in Quebec. Simone Dallaire, the non-pro, winning the pro singles as a qualifier in Niagara Falls, and then we get to Quebec, and we have Paul Vandendam and Scott Burns from Ontario, and then Dion Kuza saying, "Hey guys, hold the phone. I'm going to take singles." So the Quebec players do not take it on home turf. So
no, but I think that's what's great about Canada Cornhole right now is that it doesn't matter which tournament you show up to, which provincial, which whatever it is. It's gonna keep it action packed and it's gonna go back and forth because a lot of those games that you had in Drummondville were battles. They were back and forth. They were 1, 2, 3, 4-point rounds. Like it just kept going back and forth and made it for great cornhole. Where, you look at some of the stuff in the States and it's like, wash, 4, wash, 7. It's just not as fun sometimes. Where when you get to international cornhole, and some people will say, and everybody in the chat, don't get upset when you're talking 6s and 8s. people are like, yeah, it's not real cornhole. I would take a 6 and an 8 getting points before I took a 12-12 wash because it's a lot more exciting.
Yeah, and I would think probably shot of the weekend, which because I was having to do so many other things, I didn't get to call it properly. But it was a guy in the chat, Dustin McLaughlin, Friday night in the Pro Teams event. I believe it was he bar soaped 2 bags, if I'm not mistaken.
It was at
The
least
opponent had
one
2
that I
bags.
saw.
Yeah, and just the shot there, and I didn't give that shot the justice it deserved because was trying to do the whole scoreboard change camera thing. Which, hey, I only missed like 5 camera changes all weekend.
I know 3/4 of the way through the weekend you were at 4, so that was a pretty damn good weekend. And you don't have a truck.
No,
you're a one-man band.
yes, yeah, and it's fun. Well, but I did get some help. Do want to thank Demi Cartwright. Dustin saying you were playing the game. You got to see it. Got to thank Demi Cartwright for sitting in with me. I believe it was Friday night.
His eyes were closed.
I think it was either Friday or Saturday. The days just all kind of. Demi sat in with me. I had Nick Patuski sit in with me. Bobby Sperry sat in with me Friday night for the pro teams.
I just gotta say, Bobby Sperry is honorary first ballot Canadian cornhole.
I think so. Yeah, I think he should be as well. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Buffalo, pretty much. Even though you guys will be the 51st state, we will give you Bobby Sperry.
But yeah.
I love how you just skip over that, Doug.
Didn't even hear it. But yeah, Bobby's been coming up to tournaments here since 2017.
Yeah,
he's been coming up here to play with KW here because we started in 2016. Like that first year, Bobby was coming up to play in tournaments here with KW, right? So
yeah, that's like 16, late 16, early 17. Yeah.
So but yeah, he sat in with me. Then on Sunday, Nick Patuski sat in with me for a bit, which he's another guy that he's only missed. Like we were talking, he's only missed 2 opens in Canada that we've had.
Well, we can give you guys New York. I mean, pretty much, we'll just give it to you. We don't even need it.
Yes, and then Michelle Hunter sat in with me for the end of it.
Who?
Yep.
No, but honestly, amazing job in Drummondville because and I know what's his name? The director there, what's his
Matt?
No, keep going. Not
Daniel.
Canada.
Daniel.
No, keep going. From the US. Oh shit. I'm so dumb. But he's going over Europe. He's going over Europe.
Well, Todd
Gizicki.
Yep.
Yes, Todd is going over Europe, and I think the more we can grow the international game, the better it's going to be for everybody, because then we can bring it to more of the kind of World Series and really make it way more interesting, because right now and I'm not discounting Canada right now, but it's US versus the world. Because when you really look at the US pros, it comes down to Canada, France, Croatia for kind of number 2.
Well, I think I'm still going to put Germany and Sweden in there as well.
No, but if you look at those 5 teams, depends on the day and who's playing and how they're playing. Depends on who's there, right?
Yep.
So I'd love to start to see like Asia and Australia with Keegan B and a lot of the people down there start to, bring it up and really start to see it not just grow, but be more competitive, right?
Mhm.
And I would love to see, like today. So today, I was in a tournament today that was slide right only.
Okay.
So I think when you get to the national stage, do you specify bags? Do you have maybe a slick stick bag to level the playing field? I don't know, Doug. I'm just saying, when you really think about it, to make it fun, make
You're
it
only hour and a half because we're only been on half an hour because someone was late.
So,
But yeah, it's,
Sean, yes, the US is ahead, but do you maybe change the equipment to level the playing field?
I don't know.
It's tough, right? Because most players are going to get there by sponsorship, right?
Yep.
So a lot of players are going to get there based on who kind of helped them to get there. But when you really start to think of like an IOC, what is, when you start to look at that, how do countries put that together and really help to pay for those people to go? Because right now in cornhole, most of the players have to pay their own way to go to some of these other tournaments,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So if I qualified to go to Croatia, let's just say, right?
I think probably the Americans are probably the only one that have their way paid.
Well, maybe partially paid. I don't know if it's fully paid, but at least a subsidized thing, right?
Yep. Yep.
I'm going to pay for your flight and maybe part of your hotel, but you're going to cover some, right?
Mhm.
But Canada and the rest of the world maybe doesn't get that. So, how do you get there? And there is not a cornhole committee for every country that can afford to send, what is it, 4, 5, 6 players.
Well, each country has to be part of the WCO.
Yeah, but I can be part of the WCO and still not be able to send my players.
Oh yeah, no. That's it's getting each country there to that spot, right?
Yeah, but am I getting them there by me paying or them paying or what's gonna, you know what I mean? Like when I think of international competition, I'm thinking more of like the Olympic Village, right? Where each country pays for their players to show up and they're all kind of staying in the same place, right?
This guy's only thinking of animals like the World Wildlife Foundation and those
Yeah,
bears.
what? Yeah, why are you thinking about bears? Seriously, we're not on Cape Cod. Like, I'm not thinking about hairy men. No, but that's the big thing, right? No, but even WWE, they're independent contractors, right? Wrestlers might get. I know when they do like the Middle East and stuff like that, right? They might go on the company jet, right? Company jet flies them over there, but as a wrestler, you still have to pay a lot of your own expenses, right?
And Lance Donnie's complaining because he doesn't have a shirt. Okay, that's we need to get him a shirt.
Well,
Lansing works better when to start with high school athletes. So is it that maybe for the Olympics, do we go because yes, there's what sports? There's baseball, hockey, and all them there that use the professional players,
well, wait a minute though. But
right?
even
But
baseball,
soccer in the Olympics is the under 21, right?
well, listen. Dustin says my gym teacher in high school was on Team Canada. He had to pay his own way.
Yeah, well, yeah. And Dustin had also said before that he was on the a softball team that played at a world event. He played for Team Canada softball. They still had to pay $500 to be on the team.
Cook, what are you talking about in New Jersey? Nobody knows anything about that. Stop talking about it.
Oh, you're going to New Jersey?
What? Yeah, I'm going to New Jersey.
That'd be for the because the Opens there, is it not?
Yeah, yeah, sure. What? 2.5 hours? What?
No, it's only an hour and a half.
No, but the big thing is with like, I just think if we're really going to bring this sport bigger, and I know our friend there with the YouTube symbol beside his name played another very competitive sport, which was disc golf.
Good evening, sir.
A lot of the sponsors paid a lot of the money.
Yep.
And Chris, tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of disc golf was U.S. based.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, North America based, right? And it didn't expand into Europe. But when you start expanding to Europe, how do you subsidize that? Besides the sponsorship that I got my sponsorship, right? I got my money.
Yep.
But how does the international committee get me there?
Yeah, I think each country needs to find the sponsors to be able to send their athletes to those big events.
Well, but I think the big thing right now is it a pool? Right? Since the sport's not big enough, does each country try to put a little more in to help many people get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sport is bigger in the US right now. Can they help maybe get someone from Asia, Japan to Croatia for the Worlds? You know what I mean? Graham, Team Canada will be second or third, fourth, fifth at best. Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Oh my God.
Actually, no, I think this year Canada is sending another strong team.
I know one guy that's on it that is not that good.
Yeah, well, he's a tag along.
As my son would say, he's aight.
Yes, but yeah. Well, yeah, and I think that's what we're talking about, Derek. That each country needs to have that committee to run the stuff, right?
Yeah, it needs to be a committee to try to help raise money. It should not be on the back of each player to make sure they can get there. Because the thing with it is, players already have a hard enough time getting sponsors for the regular season, right?
Mm-hmm.
You figure, what do you got? 5 or 6 provinces up there?
Cook. Sorry?
How many provinces you got? But there's at least 5 or 6 provincials, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Minimum, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money right there to begin with, right? You're talking. So if I'm in Newfoundland and I have to fly all the way, I'm going to show some geography right now, Doug. Ready? Watch how good I am. And I got to fly all the way over to like Calgary. That's a couple $100.
Oh, more.
Right? No, but I'm talking at least $500 to $700 for a flight. And I'm talking US money right now, not Canada money, not the little loonies and toonies, the little coins and shit. Yep. But it's going to cost me $500 to $700 to get there on plane flights. That does include a Uber or taxi or whatever it is to get from the airport to a hotel or an Airbnb, right?
Yep.
So the average weekend up there, I'm going to go with $2,500. Tell me if I'm wrong. Between like flights, hotel, car, everything else. If I'm not driving, if I'm flying, it's like $2,500. That's a lot of money. Now, am I going to go? So Brian said it was $1,200 from Newfoundland.
Yeah, but I think he could have. He went to get a flight late. I think.
But all right, but even let's take 500 out of there, okay?
Yep.
$700 from Newfoundland to Drummondville, right?
Well, right here, Derek's saying $10K to be a pro in Canada for a cost, because especially he's doing all the flying to.
No, but
everywhere, right?
that's a minimum, $10K minimum, right?
Yep.
For the 5, so you're talking $2,500 per provincial, right?
Yep.
That's a lot of money to ask of one person or a sponsor. Now, I qualify for international, right?
Mm-hmm.
I qualify for Croatia. I qualify for Australia. I qualify for something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's another minimum $2,000, right? If I'm going international, up the price. So it makes it that much harder on that person where, I'm sorry, if I'm playing in my country, that's on me. But if you want me to represent my country, no matter if it's the regular 50 or the 51st state, like I should be, like they should be taking care of a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't have to be on the hook to go back to my sponsors, right?
Yep.
I shouldn't have to go back to Titan. I shouldn't have to go back to East Coast Cornhole. I shouldn't have to go back to Winging It and say, hey, guess what? I know you told me that you were going to sponsor me for the season, but now I have an extra bonus for you. Even though Winging It is not in Croatia, I'm going to bring it to Croatia. And you're like, what does that do for me? Right?
Yeah.
What is, how is that going to help me? Right? Even like Titan, a really big brand, right? We're talking one of the top 3 brands in cornhole. How am I going to influence me throwing Titan bags in Croatia? Maybe I can sell 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of bags, right?
Yeah.
But am I really going to make a huge impact throwing those bags over there on a stage? Am I going to sell more in the US or am I going to sell more over there?
Well, and they're starting to get their own bag companies over there as well now. So you have to then kind of already get into their market. Thinking of that as well too. But just going back to Lance's comment about being a tough situation that we're discussing, because does it need to go to the Olympics, or does the ACL need to start sponsoring individuals from each country to travel to a real world's tournament for the select athletes that qualify? So right now we're not even talking Olympics yet. We're still talking about the WCO event that is now into year 3, which each year we get more and more countries that are involved in it.
Well, and I'm not saying they're doing it right or doing it wrong. I'm just saying, where is the break even for the player, right? When is it beneficial for the league or the player? And I have no skin in either game here, right?
Yep.
I'm not saying the ACL is doing it wrong. I'm not saying the countries are doing it wrong. I'm not saying the players are doing it wrong. But at some point, for me to continue to play this game, I have to break even.
Yep.
Right? I have to be able to come back to 0. And I'm not talking about the season, because if I lose money in the season, that's on me, because maybe I didn't get enough sponsors, right? But if I qualified to go to some sort of world tournament, right? Or world exhibition, I don't care what the hell you call it, right?
Yep.
Like here in the US, we a lot of players get to do like the Today Show and all the other stuff, right? That still gives them maybe a little benefit to help them out throughout the season. But if I'm going to fly to France, I'm going to fly to Italy, I'm going to fly to Jordan, I don't care where I go, I need to be able to say that it didn't cost me more than the season to be here.
Yep. And I think that's why for the WCO events, the first 3 have been France, Germany, now Croatia, because most of, let's face it, most of the players that are going to that WCO event are all Europe. right? So you got the U.S. and Canada have to fly to Europe. Australia, if they're going to come up, they're going to be fine. But most of those other people can possibly drive to that event.
Yeah, but as a U.S. pro or a U.S. citizen, right? Not, well, I hate that term, so fucking bullshit. But as someone that plays the game in the U.S., if I want to go there and play, it's a lot of money, right?
Yep.
Because I got to make sure my passport's there. I got to pay my flights. I got to pay all the other stuff. And I want to go see, the Adam Hisners, the Cheyennes, the Jordans, the Mark Richards, the Tonys, right? I want to see the Derek Barretts. I want to see all the other, pros from around the world. Like, why can't it be for the players sort of a Comic-Con? You know what I mean? They're there.
Yep.
And even like the Super Bowl. Look at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
The Super Bowl is broadcast around many countries, right? Mostly North and South America. But those players are told they have to be here at this time for press, right?
Yep.
Why can't we pay, the Tonys, the Marks, or whoever's there a little bit just to show up and say, hey, at 3:05 Eastern Standard Time, Tony's going to be online for 15 minutes to answer questions or, something like that. But they get a little money back to do that. I'm just throwing crap out there just to say the fans need some more, but the players also need to be subsidized at the same time.
I think, and what you just touched on there, I think we could do a lot more of, even in just regular, even just say opens here, right? Not just big world events, even just stuff here, is that, because maybe we do have some downtime. Maybe we try and limit some of the extra events that we have or whatever, but just to have people there to do those Q&A things, or to do, say, like a words just gone, like a teaching, kind of like a clinic type of thing. Just, we're going to do like a little bit of a clinic thing here.
Well, but
right?
even a sponsor spotlight, right?
Yep.
You have sponsors, and I know you have a lot of places up there that have helped you out, and the different things that you do with all the different tournaments. You get For a Joke, you've got KC Cornhole, you've got Down and Back, you've got all this other stuff that comes into it, right?
Yep.
Why can't there be, maybe they're not the big sponsor, right? You always have the 3 or 4 commercials you're going to play. Why can't there be a small sponsor spotlight, right?
Yep.
Here comes Derek Barrett up on the stage, and one of his sponsors is Winging It, right? And you tell the Winging It story, how, they're in the community, they're growing, and they're trying to do different things for different people in the neighborhood and whatever it is. Why does it always have to be to 2 or 3 boring friggin' commercials that are sponsoring the big people?
Yep.
Why can't you help out the people that are going to be in the finals or down near the end and do some sponsor spotlights?
Yep. Yeah, and it's like Tobin had said here, just the money and time. We all don't own companies that make money for us while we're away. It's that time away. Like we said earlier, it's, you have to make that time or sacrifice that time to be away to be able to play this game. And Tobin, I need a Cornhole Gatineau jersey. Just saying.
Well, here's the thing. My biggest sponsor is not on my jersey.
No, Dustin, no.
No. Not going to happen. No, but Doug, my biggest sponsor is not on my jersey. My biggest sponsor is my wife and kids.
Yep.
Like, they're the ones that afford me the time to go out and play. Listen.
Yep.
Titan helps me do what I want to do, right? West Georgia Cornhole helps me do what I want to do. But when you think of time, money, and investment, it's my wife and kids and your wife and kids that afford us to do what we want to do. there's been nights we've been down here and we had to do take 2, 3, 5, 7 because like the wife and kids come down and want to talk to us halfway through.
Yep.
But those are the people that keep us going. Those are the people that tell us, listen, even though you got your ass kicked the last 72 times because nobody wants to like listen or do anything else, keep going, right? We've both had that valley where we're just like, Doug, I think I'm done. Like I don't know
Yep.
why we're going forward.
Yep.
And you're like, you got to keep going. And I know I've done the same thing for you, but like this right now is a labor of love. And you know what? I don't want to see any banana hammocks for any amount of money. This will never turn into an OnlyFans for Derek Barrett.
Yeah.
But it's about us taking care of the people around us and taking care of each other. Like me and Doug do this more just to talk to each other than anybody else.
Yeah. But seeing what Sean was saying there, that we still are everywhere outside the U.S. is still a fairly new sport. We're still not mainstream. We're still getting those people that just think it is just a backyard game. There's nothing else that's going on right now, right? And or there's nothing real competitive stuff that's going on. Like I'm going to be involved with my work with the township of Wellesley. We're at our one venue at our one rink. We're going to start having cornhole on Sunday nights, right? Right now it's just going to be 7 to 9. Just drop in. I'm not able to make it tomorrow night for our first night, but it's just going to be fun. No cash, no playing cash games. If you go in there looking for cash, don't go. I'm looking at you. Yes, that person would probably know if they're watching. Probably not though, because yeah. Anyway, but it's just okay. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking it's the other thing that he's saying, but it's and talking to those people that are kind of coming in to run it there. I'm now going to help them out with it. They really didn't know about all the other stuff, right? That's how big it actually is, right? So it's just getting those people to know that there's other stuff out there, right?
It's all about just getting everything out there and having a great freaking time, right?
Yep.
It's about meeting great people, having a great time, and just having fun. Because here's the thing. Derek Barrett, met him once in my lifetime, but guess what? An amazing friend. I know he had some life-altering stuff that happened this week, but guess what? As soon as it happened, I was texting him. I know you were texting him, and we were all there for him, right? And I can't wait to just meet some of the people in this game that I know I've talked to for a long time and just be able to hang out with. Like Spence, I want to just come up there and hang out with him. He's all right. He's okay. But you know, it's about those people that you just want to make part of your family that you probably never would have crossed paths with, right?
Yep.
If it wasn't for this stupid game, me and you would have never crossed paths.
No, probably no, not at all.
Never, right? Never would have crossed paths.
No.
Like Derek, never would have crossed paths with him, right? Jay Rubin, never would have known who the hell he was without this game, right?
Yep. You're gone. You're gone. Can you hear me? Hello? You hit the button again. Yeah, you hit that button again.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Wait, hold on.
But yeah, so Tobin, it's like you're saying, yeah, it's
what the hell?
We can have great players, but we need to have the personality that's able to be.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? It's gone again. Anyway, we need those players that are able to be marketable. Right? It's that whole it's a fine line between some of that stuff, but yeah.
I lost you there for a second. I hit I smacked my
You
board.
hit a button again. It's
Well,
what
I
you
talk
do.
with my hands. It's the Italian in me. But no, but that's what it's a fine line, Doug. It's a fine line about all the people we hang out with, all the people we talk to.
But I was just talking about that, like what Tobin said about a player can be good, but that player needs to be marketable and have the to be able to attract sponsors that
Well, there's a difference between
that
marketable and sustainable, right?
Yeah.
Because I can market you, but if you're not sustainable at the same time, how can it help, right?
Yeah.
And I've had some offers for certain sponsorships that I just couldn't do, right?
Yep.
I had a sponsorship that I talked to you about it for a certain drink that might be called a certain tea, and I don't drink it, so I can't sponsor it, right?
Yep.
It's just not something I can get behind. But others might do it just to get it. But for me, it's not something that resonates with me, and I can't just sit there and put it out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Captain Morgan, me and the captain do not sail well together. Why not friends?
Oh.
But I can still get screeched in. Oh, Spence and Michelle going back and forth there. What's going on?
They had a little bit of show. Looking at Lance's comment here, pros need to be put on pedestals. The fact that your average Joe can play with a pro is great, but it also hurts as well. Fans and friends are two entirely different things. We need events where it's pros only, and people would have to pay to enter and watch. I don't know how many people are willing to do that, and that's right because right now because you're able to play with the pros, it's they're not going to really kind of go to, it's. I still think even in the States we're still far away from that.
Well, but here's the thing: I have a love-hate relationship with that statement, where I think what makes this game great is you have access to the pros, whereas I think if you put them up on that pedestal sometimes and separate them, it's going to cause a lot more divide. And I don't think it's going to be the same way that we all feel it today, right? I know I can go up to most of the pros because I know who they are and feel comfortable. But can the average player go up to one of the top 25 pros and just say hello and it be the same as soccer, baseball, football?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. And it could turn that person off from playing. I think we're at such a
Lance agrees with the love hate relationship with his own statement, but and looking like we talked about before with doing stuff at tournaments, right? Like Tobin here saying that he was a well sponsored adventure racer, Canadian champ. He got sponsored well because he had a big mouth, offered free clinics, and ran contests. And I think that's what some of these players need to do at some of our bigger tournaments.
But what's an adventure racer? Is that what, like sled dogs, or is that like running through the woods? What is that?
I'm guessing it's like a rally car.
No, I just want to know what is it? Is it racing car? With that's what I want to know. Is it cars?
I'm guessing it's probably like a rally car.
Dude, if it's a rally,
am I correct?
If it's a rally car, he's my new best friend.
But no, it's we need to have those players who can be the loud and all out there without crossing the line.
Well, but you need all kinds of players, though, right? You need the loud players, that are going to cause the hype, and you also need those players because a lot of the people in this world today with COVID and everything else, there's a lot more introverted people, right? So you need some people that are going to be a little more withdrawn, right? For some of those people to just kind of go over to the side and just say hello, right?
Mhm.
Because I know I turn a lot of people off because of my tone and vivaciousness, right? Because I'm a little loud. I can be a little loud. I can be a little brash, but that's
Really?
just who I am. Yeah, maybe a little.
Maybe with one of those other bag makers in Drummondville. Maybe another year.
Maybe. Wait, is he saying I should be an alcoholic, buddy? What? What?
I think he's probably talking with Spencer.
Oh.
But no. So Tobin Echo Challenge was like a multi-day expedition length adventure race, which teams of 4 or 5 competed. So it's like a
No, but that was like on
yeah
foot, right? That was more
yeah
of like a
yeah
kind of, what do you call it? Like mountain climbing
yeah
through different things, right?
yeah yeah. We World Summit mountain biking, bushwhacking, paddling, uh, over 5-6 days nonstop.
No, but that's really good, right? But at that, with something like that though too, right? When you really think about it, you think about the guy kayaking, and this is nothing against people kayaking. People do not try to cancel culture us right now. But is he going to be the guy standing up at the kayak, like rooting up the crowd or whatever? You know what I mean? When you really think about it, like those adventure things are so hard on the body, in the soul. But when you think about it, how do you pump up your team or the people around you?
Yeah. Okay. See you later, Dustin.
Dustin, have a great night, sir. Lance is saying he's got a jersey. His jersey is going to say vivaciousness. That's my new term.
And for people over on the YouTube side, Charles, I know you're kayak. We're not talking about you, but yeah, I got to get this chair fixed.
Is it squeaky?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I still haven't changed it.
Did you change the lights? You still look kind of dark, dude. There.
Well, it's the one is pointing that direction.
But you just changed like 7 colors right there. Your lights just went
really?
to like 3 different directions. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't change a thing.
So, Doug, are you coming to Bag and Bash?
I will have to let you know.
Well, come on, don't bullshit me.
I'm not. I'm not 100% sure at the moment.
Oh, come on, Dougie.
I will have to see.
Candy says she wants to see you.
Well, then they may have to help along the way.
There is a certain logo on this podcast.
Yes, I know.
And we are the biggest sponsor in Canada.
Maybe that's an after show talk.
All right. Well, I'll talk to the boss.
Okay.
All right. Dougie, we've got a minute in a minute and 8 with no topics.
That's an hour and 8.
It's a
not
minute.
a minute. But I do have some news that coming out Monday.
What's going on? What's happening?
Be doing a little bit of a raffle on the down and back for some bags.
What is that bag, Doug? Oh my God.
Bag.
That looks like a herringbone, Doug.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. What's on the other side? Show them the corner. Only show them the corner. Like, no, right there. Go up a little higher. Oh, that corner right there. Oh, Doug, is that an 8?
That's an 8.
Oh my goodness, that's an 8.
Yep. So there's only 2 sets of bags like this. So I'll be raffling off one of the sets that looks like this.
Oh, look at
that! Look at the logo in the corner of the bag.
The Dart logo.
Well, the Titan logo in the bag on the bag.
Well, what's that stain in the middle?
It's a big white circle.
Those are some sexy down and back darts.
So looking at Spencer here is come in. He plays North Carolina in competitive players and against pros, and I hope we don't split people off as much so I don't get a shot at some point to play pros. Yeah, well then that's a double-edged sword for some people because some people want to play against the pros and some don't.
There's a lot more people that don't. I
Yeah.
would rather play against some of the pros and some of the better players because I want to basically challenge myself. But a lot of people don't want to do that, right? A lot of people are afraid and want to back away and do these capped SPRs and all this other crap.
Yep.
I'm not in that. I'm not in that. Not in it.
And Glenn, because he's got his hand in everything, he's been working with various sponsors over 2 years to have the opportunity for his son to run NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. I think he's got a couple races this year, and then it takes probably almost more dedication to go out and get sponsors for cornhole because we're still not mainstream. And then that gets me back to my other thing that just drives me absolutely nuts. You see it with pros as well too. Going on Facebook to say, "Hey, who wants to sponsor me?" Your friends, the big names you want to give you that big money are not your friends on Facebook. Your friends on Facebook aren't going to put you in touch with those other big names. You have to go out and beat the doors down of some of these people. Maybe once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5. You got to keep going at these people to get that sponsorship.
Well, here's the thing, Doug. You have to shoot for the moon and accept landing in the stars, right? You have to, like, I have sent many messages to many of the RV dealers, RV makers. I'm sorry, RV makers across the world. And I'm like, you should give me an RV. And my wife's like, why are you doing that? And she goes, if one of them answers me back, I'm going to have an RV, right? But I'm just going to keep trying, right? What's the worst someone can say?
Nope.
Is no, right?
Yep.
But if you keep showing value to your brand and what you can bring to their brand, that's where you're going to make that difference, right? And too many people try for the Cokes, the Pepsis, the Taco Bells, the Yum brands, right? Or the Cracker Barrels, the Tim Hortons, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I did ask you for an RV, and you said no. But like too many people are shooting for like these big ass sponsorships instead of just trying to like get a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. Like pay for your season and keep growing, right? Keep growing your brand. And take some of that money.
I thought you were going to say it.
What? Grow in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, not going to happen. No, but grow your brand.
Yeah.
Because your brand is bigger than the game. It really is. Down and back is bigger than the game. I'm sorry. It really is. Like ACL is world renowned based on who you ask and who you talk to, right? But down and back to me is bigger because more people know what you're doing and who you are than the game, right? Most people, when you talk to them about what just happened on ESPN on Saturday night, what do they say? I saw the cornhole on Saturday night.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, they don't say, I saw ACL on Saturday night. Mr. Waffles, here he is. He wants to be part of the show. But they don't say I saw the ACL. They don't say I saw Spencer's, right? They don't say I saw whoever it is. They just I saw people throwing beanbags, right? So some of the brands are bigger than the game right now. So how can you continue to grow your brand? but also some of you players out there for the tickety-tocketies and all the other crap, how do you continue to make yourself more marketable to these brands?
Yep.
That's what it's about. I'm sorry. It's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like everyone's kind of agreeing about the whole. It's building a brand and building a brand that people want to attach themselves to. Right? Sure, you can be the bad guy, but at times you're good. It then becomes, at what point does that being that bad? Oh, well, the big kind of lost the exact word I was going to use, but that can then also work against you with sponsors as well.
Wait a minute. So I'm going to bring it back to I'm 50. I will be 52 years old in a month. All right. And most of you people in lower Canada and the US can equate to this. You don't want to be Crazy Eddie. If you remember Crazy Eddie from New York, he used to have like the ads that says, I'm Crazy Eddie, and you're going to get a TV for this much because my prices are insane. Like, it's just not the same, right? It's just not like people don't care about that anymore. People are looking for you to be open, honest, and tell you the truth, right?
Yep.
Listen, I can be pretty loud. I can be pretty obnoxious.
Kind of, yeah.
What? A little bit?
No,
a little bit. Just a tiny bit. But I'm also going to tell you the truth.
Yep.
If I don't like something, I don't like it. If I like something, I'm going to tell you I like it. Mm-hmm. And the thing with it is, I've worked with a lot of different companies over the last couple of years. I've worked with West Georgia Cornhole. I've worked with Titan. I've worked with local canopies. I've worked with the Jersey guy. I've worked with Dragon Bags. I've worked with the ACL. I've worked with, a lot of different companies. And I'm going to tell you the truth about the product that is out there. Like, I will tell you right now, I will not buy a canopy if it's not a local canopy. And they haven't sponsored me for almost 3 years. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Those canopies are the best damn things built in the market. And the printing and everything else on them is amazing. But I also have some friends that don't sponsor me at the same time, Doug.
Yep.
That I will literally sponsor and love to the end. Ready? So Burley Bags. Never been a sponsor of myself. But Hunter and his product, I love it to death. I will completely do whatever I can for it, right? Mm-hmm. John at Spencer McKenzie's with, the Spencer's product, but also his restaurant stuff.
Yep.
Never been a sponsor, but guess what? Love them to death. I will literally give them, and some people say don't give them free ads. I will completely give them free ads forever because I love them because they're amazing people.
Donnie, we're out.
What's that?
We're out.
I prefer Spawncore.
Oh, actually, sorry. He said great person, then a great player. Okay, see, we're back in. We're back. I read that wrong. We're back in.
We're back in?
We're back in. We're back in. Well, and I think, just put it right there. To go in and work with that company, maybe go in and just kind of do some stuff with that company, which I think, I want to say Cheyenne did that with a couple things that I'd seen.
Well, but you have to understand if that company matches your values, right? First and foremost. If that company matches your value, it's just not about getting a paycheck. I'm sorry. It's just not for me.
Yep.
Maybe for other people it can be, but they have to match my values.
Yep.
And they have to match where I'm kind of going, right? At the same time. That's why, even like Scorholio, I love Ben to death. Ben is one of the greatest people in the world. Yep. And he has not been a sponsor of mine for 2 years, but I will still promote the software.
Mm-hmm. Which I was talking with the guys from Corn Dudes on the weekend. Find out. So if you want to have down and back on your shoes. You can talk to them because they now have the logo.
Doug, I still need some shoes. I still need to talk to those guys because I need some shoes. I need not because my Crocs have toes. My shoes have to have my face on them. I need to wear those to work.
Top or bottom?
Oh, you're a bottom. What? All right, that's the end of the show tonight. No, but the big thing is like, listen, sponsorships it's a tricky situation, right?
Yep.
Everybody's looking for them, but a lot of people don't work for them.
Yeah. Well, and we've had, I think the best guy to talk to about that within cornhole is Eric Charney. We've had him on. I've did a bunch of shows with him. We did like an hour and a half back season one or two of mine that we did an hour and a half of just sponsorship because that guy knows what he's done outside of cornhole. He knows what he's talking about when you need to get some stuff done, or what you need to do.
I think we need to bring back a sponsorship series and talk to some of the biggest sponsor people in the game. And it's not even the people that are giving the money, but some of the people that are behind the scenes that can tell you what to do, right?
Yep. And I think even and just kind of just into my head here now, talking about sponsorship as getting that there, but we also need to figure out to go to venues, because we still have some venues who would be fit in perfect with cornhole, but you need to sell yourself to that venue to be able to get us in there.
Well, you need to sell the dream.
Lance is right spot on there. People don't want to work for anything these days. They just want to have it given to them.
Wait a minute. What's up with this one here? Yeah, Will T2 was his first sponsor, really?
Yeah. Will was one of the first ones to wear corn dudes in Canada here, and it's he's the great player and a great guy.
Well, I have to say he was maybe the first ambassador of the Corn Dudes. He was an ambassador, Doug. He wasn't maybe the first sponsor. He was the one that brought it out there, brought it to the people. Before people knew what they could do, he was.
Well, he was the first guy that they brought. He was the first guy that they brought in, as for their company, right?
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay. He's really good.
Yeah, he's all right. Is he coming to?
Yeah, he will be in Newfoundland as well. Yes.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what he's wearing on his feet.
And you know what? Going back to Drummondville, one thing, and for speaking especially of Will T2 and Samuel Bebo, that is the thing I love about being able to travel across the country here, because I got to see, got to meet Will last year and Samuel here more this year, just in Calgary and Niagara Falls, and just being able to kind of meet with them. But then Niagara Falls, I got to see a bit because Sam's mom and father were there. But then got to see his mom and dad were there again this past weekend. But now this time got to see Will's family, because his kids were there, just being able watching them watch him. That's my favorite thing of sitting on the other side, being able to see the whole crowd, being able to watch Will's kids watch him as he's making big shots, and just the way they went. Another okay guy is Simone Dallaire. You're not that bad of a player. You're okay. But then my favorite, I am going to get a Mama Bebo cam for the next tournament that she is at. I'm going to have a cam just isolated on her, because the emotions that she goes through every game, life and death with each bag thrown. Like she's got like the hands covering the face, the smile, she's got every bag lives through her. It's just it's fun to watch because she's like that with every bag. And when his dad's sitting there, he's like, I don't even know if he's actually Sam's playing because his dad's just same stone face the whole time, right? And it's fun to watch that. I need to get another camera just to be able to watch the crowd. But oh yeah, okay, yeah. So we could get hoodies, Donnie.
Well,
Let's
go.
Yeah. But no, it's that like the going to Quebec. Really see that everybody gets along, and it is a very much a family game in Quebec, and it's so fun to see that, to be able to see that fun brought back in the game.
Well, the thing with Quebec is it brings you back 3 to 5 years in the game, right?
Yep.
Because it's really about the fun, the camaraderie, and the family in the game, right? Where when you start to get past that 3 to 5 year mark in some places, it turns into a sport instead of a game. And it really turns it into something different. Where
and Lance, I probably used the wrong term, but you know when you see like those family in like in the pro sports, where it's like each little thing, like they're just kind of like they feel every play, and they it's.
Well, the thing with it is though, at the same time though, it is about bringing others in, right?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, my family, my wife, my kids, my mom could give a crap less about beanbags, but if they just show up and watch it, it brings them more into the game. So it really does you are kind of living through something else, right?
Yeah.
It transcends a stupid beanbag game.
Yep. So with Simone, if you're still in the chat, because his name escaped me before, the little 6-year-old that was throwing, the little guy, and he actually had a female partner that looked to be about 10 or 11, maybe 12. If you can put in that there, in the chat, just their names, because I totally just mind blown. I'd seen a post with their names on it, and I couldn't find it again because I know her mother actually played on the live feed a couple times in women's, and it was and it was good to have her on there too. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. William and Chloe is just the he's going to be something to watch. I know for sure. And now you're reading and drinking. Yeah. So. With that, we're almost an hour and a half. When we say we don't have much to talk about is when we have the longest shows because we talk about nothing. And you're not talking now.
It's because we're winging it.
Is that winging it buffalo chicken wing pizza?
It's a buffalo chicken pizza.
So yeah,
it's from Whole Foods.
So with that, I think voice is starting to go here now. But I think with that we'll end it, and we'll be back next week. The work is starting to slow down on Saturday nights now, so should be here for most Saturday nights, which makes everything fun. But yeah, so because tomorrow I was thinking about, because the big game, hockey game time, I was thinking about doing it tomorrow night, but I got a big game to go to because Grayson's got a game. Okay, William is 6-year-old's got a bag sponsor, Lucky Bags. Like, that's how good he is. But Grayson's got a game tomorrow night. Playing again, it's a big game. If you're in Canada, maybe even in the States, you would have heard about a bullying incident that went on with a 15-year-old player this year. The past couple weeks since Christmas. So tomorrow night, Grayson has to play against that team. So I want to make sure that I am there for that, just because I need the loudmouth there in case something goes down. Just saying. But yeah. So with that, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you've had fun. If you're in my area, go out to Wellesley, the Bill Geese Center tomorrow night. Some fun drop-in cornhole. That's free cornhole for 2 hours, and you can have some fun. So see everyone next week, and be nice to each other. Have some fun. Oh, look, the King showed up at the end. There was a shot that was made today in the live feed that the King was like, oh wow, and I was like, you were making shots like that all weekend. I watched you, Mr. Vandendam. Sean, there's so much that you have to teach him.
Sean, it's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
See everyone next week. We'll talk later.
All right, to all my people in Newfoundland. Peace.